Hello, hello everyone, and welcome. This is Kathy from Divine Debut 11. Welcome to The Messenger is here today, the 18th of March of 2025. I hope that you're all doing well after eclipse. After that eclipse, that full moon in Virgo. How are you feeling? How are you doing? We're in between the eclipses now. Very important time, karmically speaking. A lot is happening. The energies are quite wild. So, how did you experience the eclipse? It has been quite an emotional eclipse for me. Pisces is surrender, sacrifice, endings. Right, that's Pisces, and Virgo is where the full moon completed. I'm a Virgo. Double Virgo. Many of you out there have got strong placements of the mutable signs. You're either a Virgo, a Pisces, a Sagittarius, or a Gemini. Then you felt this eclipse very strongly. And why am I mentioning the Pisces part of the chart where the sun is transiting? And that's because there's so much going on in Pisces, right? We've got the sun on the North Node today, and the and yesterday on the 17th. So there is no ego where Pisces is concerned, and the sun is ego. And you know, the sun being on the North Node, which is fate and destiny, it's like the hand of spirit is at play here and not our own free will at this time. And the sun is coming up to Neptune. Hopefully we'll see what the rose-colored glasses or the story, the narrative that we've been feeding into ever since 2011, 2012, as Neptune is preparing to leave Pisces to close up a major cycle of 164 years that Neptune has done the whole zodiac. So if you felt this eclipse as really heavy and more potent, and very chaotic, feeling lost, then that's because obviously Neptune is there. Saturn is also in Pisces, and Venus and Mercury, which are retrograde, will be re-entering Pisces as they're going backwards in the sky now. Well, or it's our view from the Earth. It's an illusion really that they're going backwards. Retrograde planets don't really go backwards. It's how we perceive them from our view from Earth. So lots of stories relative to the past. I could get into so many details, astrologically speaking, and talk to you here for a very long time, but because there's just so much going on astrologically. But the messenger is, we only touch on the astrology. So let's get into the tarot. The moon is transiting through Scorpio now, so it does feel a little bit heavy. Happy birthday if you're a Pisces, right? If you got your birthday now, if your birthday is around this full moon, this lunar eclipse, it's a very fated time for you and for the next year until your next birthday. But I'm going to be happy to see the end of the Pisces season because it's been very, very heavy. And we're just around the corner, 2 days away from the spring equinox, as the sun is going to ingress into Aries, and it's going to be a major shift energetically. Looking forward to that. How's the weather in your country? We've had like some summer, spring energies, spring weather recently, and now we're back to winter. As I said, Venus and Mercury are going to go back to Pisces. Neptune and Saturn are going to leave Pisces, enter Aries. So it's like a beginning, but we're not fully there yet. But we will feel some change with the spring equinox on the 20th or 21st, depending on where you are. So let's see where the cards are concerned energetically, because that's what we read with the cards. And the astrology is energies as well, as above, so below. Let's see what the karma dharma is around about now, whenever you get this message. Those of you on Patreon, you've got the option to see Venus retrograde, her synodic cycle, we explain that. Mercury retrograde, the Mars retrograde, which is still not over because Mars is direct, but he's still in his shadow as he's leaving the retrograde zone in Cancer. We've done all that. We're on Patreon tier 3. And there's a lot more to come as well. We've analysed the eclipse, obviously. Remember, eclipses last for months, earlier and after the actual eclipse. And it's been crazy. It's been crazy. I'll tell you why in a minute. Let's see what's going on. Wow. Talk about release. Moon in Scorpio. This is the death card. What are we needing to release? What needs to leave our life? Because that's what Pisces is. The Pisces season is the 12th house, right? Karmic endings, karmic completions, major cycles need to be released. Karma needs to be released. We're working on our karma. We're paying our dues. We're paying karma. If we've done the work, then we should be receiving the gifts, my dear friends. Just let me go to what's going on here. You could see a new setup. I've changed rooms. So that also took a little bit of time for me. Remember, everything happens in the time of Kronos, Saturn, when he opens the door for us, because he is that limitation, that door that's closed. And everything is relative to effort. If we're looking at Saturn, effort is necessary. And as we're going through a purification, because that full moon in Virgo is about purification, doing the work, being of service, being motherly, doing things in perfection, cleaning house, cleaning our lives, cleaning our work environment, right? It's all about health. Virgo is health, hygiene. We're doing all those extra checkups that we need to do. That's what Virgo is telling us, the Virgo Pisces season. And remember, the eclipses are happening now on that axis. So for the next year and a half, till mid 2026, roughly there, we'll be doing the Pisces Virgo thing, which is all about unconditional love. Remember, Pisces is sacrifice. It's Pisces is spiritual. It's God. It's connection to the divine. It's meditation. It's sleep. Pay attention to your dreams. Remember that if you're in a tough situation, if life is not working for you, then change needs to happen, obviously. If you've done the work and you keep doing the same cycles again and again, maybe it's time to surrender and release. And let's see, because sometimes when we put extra effort into something, it's like we're, the frequencies, it's like we're pushing that something away. So maybe leave it up to spirit. Release it to spirit and say, come what may. Let the chips fall where they may, because I've done the work, and now let's leave it up to spirit. There are new beginnings, new cycles, right? A new astrological year is beginning in a couple of days. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and Aries is ruled by Mars. Right now we're working with that open wound. We're looking for a resolution. Mars in Cancer, squaring off to Chiron, which is surgery, which is the key, which is that open wound that we need to focus on, that we need to deal with right now as Mars is squaring off to Chiron in Aries a third time. Now we should have that resolution. We should have an idea relative to what's been happening, what we're going through. And it's been months, I'm going to say, and even up, going back to September last year. What's been going on for you? Because Mars has been in Cancer ever since September last year. We had a lunar eclipse. We had a lunar eclipse in Pisces, didn't we? So on the same axis. Let me just show you that just for a second, because some of you may... I want to just refresh your memory. So it was on the 18th of September. Here it is. Let me just show you that just for a second. You could see that this was the lunar eclipse in Pisces at 25 roughly degrees, which is exactly opposite to where we had this lunar eclipse. Let me show you that. Just on the 14th of March. So right in the opposite position. So that, the eclipses began already on this axis. So, and this started obviously straight after that new moon in Virgo, and we just had the lunar eclipse, the full moon, right, in Virgo. So some 6-month cycle is completing, but these eclipses do remind us and take us back to other years, and we talk about that on Patreon. So let's take the cards now and see what Spirit is advising. Wow, okay. There's something to do with the family. I just got the goosebumps. 10 of Cups is the ending of a life cycle relative to our emotions. Could be connected to a family. This could be someone leaving the coop. Yes, this does happen. Fated events, life events happen around eclipses. So 10 of Cups, a completion point. But remember, it turns into the Ace as well. This is a card of bliss. So whatever we're releasing, okay, it could be, yes, it could be that we are happy that we're releasing something. Now, for those of you that, because it does show the children, some of you, your children may be old enough to now fly the coop. You've done your due diligence. Virgo, right? Due diligence. Saturn, working hard, mature, going through a maturing process. Some of you could be leaving a life cycle relative to a family or, even a marriage. Those of you that are younger are leaving your home. You're leaving your family of origin. What is the challenge? Communication, a new beginning, the stars aligning. Here is the Magician, Major Arcana, Mercury rules Gemini as well as Virgo. So the challenge is the alignment of the stars. Mercury is still in Aries, which is of course, a new beginning, but because Mercury and Venus, hand in hand, they're traveling hand in hand, they're going to go back to Pisces. So we're not finished yet, and communication could also be key here for a new beginning. The Magician is the ability to make magic. Pisces can be magic that we can create. Anything that we're creating, because, there's inspiration, there's magic with Pisces, but there's also trickery and misunderstandings. So there have been misunderstandings, illusions. We're living in a dream world. What's true and what is not? Relative to, what's going on in business. In business for you, what's going on with the communication relative to your happiness, to the family, to anything to do with, the subjects of Mercury, which could be health. Healthy relationships bring happiness. Unhealthy relationships can bring illness. Low vibrational energies can affect our body. When we think negatively, our body doesn't work well. It's like a machine that's out of whack. Our chakras being out of alignment. And as the stars are aligning in Pisces, they have been aligning in Pisces, but the story is we're not there yet. There's still something that we need to release. And it could be something that's very toxic. Scorpio means, Scorpio is the 8th house. It's the money that comes through from others. It's the support, right? Financial support. It's money owed or money received. It's taxes, insurance, the bank. It's, third party monies that come in. It also is the house of death and rebirth. It's the house of intimacy, sex. It's the psyche. It's those fears that come from the psyche relative to change. So there could be fears that we're holding on to. Let's see what's crowning. The Ace of Pentacles. So money, of course, as well as security, financial security, emotional security, anything to do with new beginnings. Aces are opportunities. We've got a couple of aces, but this also, in reality, does turn into the Ace of Cups. It's like 111. 3 aces in actuality here that we've got. I do see this portal, because eclipses are portals, and we see the door here. It's like a portal, that there's an opportunity on offer. This comes from spirit, from the divine. It's help coming from above. That promises something long-lasting, something that we can grow, something that we can manifest. It could be a partnership, a relationship, a marriage, a contract. Something, nevertheless, that we're giving birth to, but after a death. Remember, death and birth, they usually go together, don't they? Think of your life. When we become parents, what dies metaphorically is our singlehood, is our life as, being those individuals that, have come into this life to bring others as others did before us. So a change of your status could also be a death. But this is very promising here indeed. There is something that's promised for the future. Now this is Earth. At the moment, obviously, Pisces is water, is mutable water, so fluctuating emotions, sensitivities, and Aries also. We've got Venus and Mercury there, and Chiron. And my dear friends, what's the date today? It's the 18th. We're not far from another eclipse, a solar eclipse, and that's in Aries. So new beginnings, surely. Let's light this candle. New beginnings with different very, very different vibes. Aries is carnal fire. So right now, we're in the window of eclipses, and a lot can be happening for many of us right now. I'm going to say also that Juno, the asteroid of commitment and marriage and childbirth, or birthing something, is there in Sagittarius and is preparing to retrograde. So in Scorpio and through Scorpio, so this year is going to be a very, very important year indeed. Let's see where we're coming from. What is showing up from the past? What is the root? Five of Wands. Disagreements. Not being on the same page. Big changes relative to our desires, our inspiration, our fire. The fire from within. Remember, fives many times do speak to change. And 5 in major arcana is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant can also be our, our beliefs, what we believed in. The Pisces is also what we believe in. It's religion, it's God himself, Neptune, right? So differences in opinion, the communication isn't what hasn't been good. I see here where there's no communication, there's no ability to build and succeed. The next step after the 5 would be the 6 of Wands, but this is the root of the issue here. A lack of good communication within family. There's been trickery, therefore the inability to make the magic, to have all the tools, we haven't been able to create, to make the magic, because we haven't been speaking the same language, you know what I mean, not being on the same page, or the lack of happiness and balance and, coming into reciprocity where others are concerned, because we deal with others on a daily basis. It's all, we're relating to others daily. And that's why we've got one last eclipse on the Aries Libra axis, which is me versus us. And that will be like the ending of a nearly 2-year cycle. The eclipse is happening on the axis Aries Libra, which is war versus peace. Hopefully collectively we'll start seeing the ending of the wars. Remember, eclipses do last for months. So this year, I think that we'll be seeing what we need to release is the toxic situations in our life. This is the crap that we've been holding on to. This is the poison which we can turn into medicine. But we need to release the fear, I'm going to say. Release the addictive behaviors or the addictive people surrounding us, or the cycles that we've been in. Something is ending, you see, and it's ending through success. It's a major accomplishment, the World card is. Remember, the fixed signs are here: Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. So we've got big changes. The root of the issue means that there's major change going on. Completion, closing up and then starting anew. That's energetically what we're dealing with at this time. Let's look at the possible outcome. Yeah, still going back and forth. With the Two of Pentacles is the infinity symbol, right? So the juggler cannot continue being in this situation for too long. At some point, this pentacle, the second pentacle, will drop. So something needs to be released, because there is an offer on the table, and this is in danger, I'm going to say. If someone continues being in this situation, then they will drop the ball and possibly return back to the situation they were in. It's impossible to continue this way. So something needs to be released. So it's like Spirit is taking us back to the past, right? We cannot hold 2 watermelons under one armpit, we say in Greek. That is an impossible situation. So something needs to be sacrificed, which that's what the Pisces season is telling me. The end of carrying the burden, the end of being the martyr, the end of the illusion. What's at the bottom of the deck? We've got the Empress here, and the Empress does speak to love, does speak to manifestation, creation, inspiration, expansion, growth. Here is Venus. And remember, Venus is retrograde. She's in her fall position in Aries. She's weak there, but she's going to be rebirthed, as she's going to be connecting with the sun. So there's a rebirth, there's a change with the yin energy, which is becoming more masculine. Aries is a masculine sign. Remember that Venus is going to go back into Pisces, into her exaltation, and return back to Aries, like going through a rebirth. Let us see what the Lenormand speaks to at this time. What is the story? What's going on? Please, Spirit, energetically. There's the Scorpio energy again, the death card, the coffin. Yep, the end of toxicity, third parties. And the snake many times could be a third person within a love triangle. But this, the snake also speaks to passion, deep desires, jealousy, those lower vibrational negative energies of Scorpio. Remember, the moon is transiting through Scorpio today. So the energies are very deep. They're very secretive. Scorpio does speak to fears. That's why there's so much secrecy. Remember, Pluto is also in Aquarius. Pluto and Mars both rule Scorpio. And obviously, emotionally, it's been tough as the moon yesterday entered Scorpio and squared off to Pluto in Aquarius. And they're also, there will be helpful energies as well. Help will come through as the moon is going to trine over to Mars from Scorpio. Let me show you that just for a second. Let's go back to the now. So here is the moon, as you could see, and the moon is going to trine over in the next few hours, going to trine over to Mars, but obviously the moon has squared off to Pluto, which is telling us that emotionally it's like going through a detox, like letting go, detaching, because, Aquarius is all about seeing things from a higher perspective, detaching from that poison, from that secrecy, from those psychological fears that maybe what we're trying to create right now, give birth to, but also through releasing any toxicity, any fears, that we can actually now, with Mars moving direct and connecting well to the moon, hopefully we're letting go of the toxicity here. Remember, the snake takes off, it sheds its skin layer by layer. Let's see what else is coming through. Yeah, but there are challenges. The whip is conflict. It's very similar to the Five of Wands. That's not easy. This is not easy. This is not an easy process. 11 is here. We've got the bear. Yep, there are the mice. There's the toxicity, the worry, the anguish. But there comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Wow. That's the Beatles song, isn't it? Here comes the sun. Beautiful. Maybe there are words. Maybe there are the lyrics. Speak some truth. Maybe check out that song from the Beatles. Here comes the sun. But we do see third-party situations here. We do see a lot of worry, anguish, psychological lows as well. How to deal with this situation. I mean, the bear speaks to responsibility. The bear can speak to motherhood as well, or someone who holds a position of power, even where business and responsibility is concerned, don't anger the bear, because an angry bear can, he wants to protect his cubs. So there could be fears there, but someone is needing to have the courage to work through their fears, to get over any fears of change, and that could speak to anything legal. So going through a legal situation, or even through conflictual situation, dealing with others, but taking charge, taking a position of strength, courage, and dealing with the situation, not letting fear overtake us, right? Because here it's like this is more psychological. And because I see a closed book here, very Piscean, going into the unknown, heading into the unknown, but needing to trust that Spirit has our back, because the Sun is going to ingress. Remember, we've got 2 cards of leadership. Aries is also a leader. The Sun is going to step into Aries, which is the sign of confidence, the sign of, because the Sun is very strong in Aries, the sign of cardinal fire, new beginnings, leadership. And the Sun can also speak to happiness, health, the ego, a healthy ego, not an unhealthy ego. And again, of course, Leo energy comes through here, which is all about creation. Remember, Leo rules the 5th house of giving birth to something. For some of you, this could be a literal birth. I don't know if it's your situation or someone connected to the family. It could be your adult children. I do see a pregnancy here, obviously, especially also with Venus being in the womb here. So all will be well here. We see that with the Sun. We've got a divine feminine. She's going through endings. We've got the Scythe. Sudden change, sudden ending. Remember the wheat here, the abundance, the Empress, right? She needs to suddenly cut through something, because even the Death card, remember the Death card holds the Scythe many times. So it is about endings. There's an opportunity for sudden change and endings. It is a 10. The ending of the unknown, living in an illusion because the book is closed, or a story is coming to an end, a life story. It can be connected to loyalty, friendship, and wow, we've got a divine masculine here. A divine masculine that you've had friendship with that's been very secretive. There will be an opportunity here for sudden change, sudden clearing of the illusion, the trickery possibly. I don't know. Let's look at love for a moment, because many of you do watch these readings because of a relationship not working out, being in the dark. And relationships, remember, are many in our life. Let's see what's going on where romance is concerned, because relationships, yes, all relationships are coming to a head with the last eclipse on the 29th of March, the new moon on steroids in Aries at that 9th degree. If you've got your birthday, if you celebrate your birthday and your sun is around those, at the end of the first decan of the cycle of the season of Aries, then you'll be carrying that for the rest of the year with you. So that 9th degree of the cardinal signs is very, very significant, whether you're a Libra, a Capricorn, or a Cancer. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Remember that Virgo, Pisces can also be addictions, bad habits, and that's what we also will be releasing, because maybe they're affecting our health. And it's not only, bad habits of what we intake, what we eat, what we do on a daily basis, whether we don't exercise, physical our physical body. It's also our emotional body because of Pisces. Separation, unbelievable, my dear friends. Unbelievable. This is like Chiron going into surgery, surgically removing. And if we haven't been able to surgically remove and do the work and find the resolution, yes, health could be very significant at this time. Healthy relationships, if not the health of our physical and our emotional body, or people that we deal with on a daily basis, our friends, our family members, then Spirit is going to do that for us. So time apart from your partner is on the horizon, and we see you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. This is like, for me, this is like going through separation from a codependent past relationship that's making space for the ability to attract a new love or a new relationship, or someone that hasn't been able to enter your life because of a codependent other connection, whether it's them or you, their life or your life. Let's go. Let's continue for a moment. Release your ex. How many times do the cards need to tell us this? The time has come to clear your energy. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnerships. Some of you are going back and forth between that. Spirit is telling me twice, release. Don't go back. Now, this is another relationship where there's been attraction, sexual attraction, emotional connection. And that's been because some of you may be in between two worlds right now. It's like a change of guard, a change of the guard right now. Where do I need to go? There's a sense of loss and chaos with Pisces as to what we're releasing and who we need to release and what we need to release. So it can be very confusing. And stay optimistic about your love life. So for some of you, third parties could be family members. It could be a mother or a mother-in-law, which could be that person that you need to release, which is not letting your relationship come into balance. That's a smaller percentage of you. For most of you, I do see that there's attraction here, and it's been quite rough, and that's because of the toxicity and the going back to a past connection energetically. There's been no space, no room for this new relationship to come in. But stay optimistic, and you see that this woman is offering a wreath to Venus. So there's something Venusian, and I'm going to say this. Energetically, I feel, because first of all, it speaks to positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. There is an offer on the table. That's where it is. This is on someone's mind. But to me, this is like a sacrifice and a release. There's something Venusian that we need to either sacrifice and give it elsewhere, gift it. So it's something possibly in your own life that is very Venusian, that you're very connected to, that you love. It's like a metaphorical sacrifice that you can give to someone else for that to return to come back to you. Okay, so it could be anything Venusian, anything that you love. It could be even financial help, give to those who need the help. It could be a piece of clothing, a piece of jewelry, anything like that. Give a gift to someone, buy them a gift voucher for a beauty, a spa. But that's not done right now because Venus is retrograde. You can gift it, but tell them to go and visit the spa once Venus turns direct, okay? Because Venus is retrograde. We don't do any cosmetic surgery or anything like that right now. We don't start anything new because we're dealing with past situations. But nevertheless, stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Finances and career are also very changing right now. Financial issues are a big factor in your love life as well. So keep that in mind. Past life relationships, you have known each other before. Karmic release, I'm going to say, because this does remind me very much of karmic connections. We see the strong sexual energy here. And wow. To me, this is the twin flame. This is a karmic. So it feels like a karmic is blocking your twin flame. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And there can be confusion if you're dealing with two different situations here. One is more skin deep, right? And the other one is more godly, more ethereal, more romantic, more magical, where you connect through your dream state, right? This could be more physical, more materialistic. So if this isn't your situation, it's the person you're dealing with. Let's take another layer. Beneath the Empress is the Hermit. And yes, we have been the Hermit. We still are going within. Retrogrades ask that we go and see that inner light or seek the light from someone wise. We all have that wise person, that hermit within us. So meditation will help at this time. That inner light, see, there it is. There's the trap. We're looking for our way out. We've got an 8 and a 9. Something is coming to a completion. The opportunity and the abundance is here. The love, the self-worth, the magnetism, attraction, attracting wealth, attracting love, attracting abundance in our life. But it also does, she also asks for patience. Let's look at the now. Yeah, another 10, so another ace of wands. Incredible. This is the heavy burden that we are leaving. Yep, it's had someone go through a spiritual awakening, why they could not succeed, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's not seeing that inner light. And that's how usually we see the inner light. That's how we become the hermit, through challenges, through difficulties. Why do we have the World card here in the recent past? Wow. If that's not releasing addictions and toxicity and past cycles that we've been stuck in again and again. Also fears, also toxicity, third parties, secret love affairs, anything addictive, bad habits. And they have got to do with love. They have got to do with our emotions. Queen of Cups is, she's unconditionally loving. She's open. She's ready to sacrifice and overcome any fears. She's ready to sacrifice any addictive behaviors that she's been in. And, you know, the Queen of Cups is Cancer, and that Mars turning direct in Cancer is like we're completing a major cycle. And look to the Cancer part of your chart, because it is connected to the past. It could be karma that we've been carrying relative to how we nurture, love others, whether we've been sacrificing too much or not enough. This could also be karma connected to a motherly figure that's coming to a close, that's coming to an end. It's like, remember Saturn, this is Capricorn and Saturn. Saturn will award and reward once the work has been done. So the rewards can be unconditional love. Wow. 2 of Cups. Wow, everyone. There it is. There's the new cycle. It's right on. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. Thank you for that. Let's look at the outcome here. Don't expect this offer to let's move in together. Let's I mean, we see things from the same level. We're on the same level. This is what we understand, not only in a love relationship, but this is also an agreement here. This could be business. This could be family. This could be a cycle that's coming to an end. There is the Fool. This is also here. Let's build a new home. Let's start a new family. Let's start a new relationship. This is a completion of a project, the beginning of a new project as well, if we're talking about business. So, Aries is going to be fire, right? We're coming from water, Pisces, to cardinal fire, which is Aries. And the energies will pick up. They won't be as heavy or as chaotic as the Pisces season. There's the Eight of Swords again. This is our perception of being blocked, of negative thinking, obviously. There will be a lot of communication. Nine Swords, the end of worry, the end of anguish relative to what do I do. And we've got the Hierophant here, which speaks to trust your higher self. The Hierophant is a contract, it's an agreement, it's the second choice, I'm going to say, because of the two keys, which is Chiron, right? There will be a resolution to this end of this family situation, the end of being fixated on a certain situation. Taurus is fixed earth. Remember, Uranus is also in good aspect from Taurus over to Pisces. So what's going on in Pisces? We haven't seen the end of the changes, the unexpected changes, and the ability to have that bright idea, that light bulb going on, or as to how do I get myself out of this? Let's take one more. Five of Swords, Four of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. I think I'll leave it there. And Six of Pentacles, right? Six of Pentacles is like Karma Dharma for me. What is the Empress? 10 of Pentacles, another 10. How many 10s do we have here? This is the open portal relative to the eclipses. We're going to have to go through the fire to get out of this because the opportunity is here. Remember, that turns into the Ace of Pentacles. As we release, right, because she is Aries, logically we release, we finish up with the Pisces season. We've seen how to have the ability to create through courage, through the releasing of the martyrdom, the sacrifice. We've sacrificed, we've learned the lesson. This is the end of a story. We've got the beginning of a new story here. And remember, the Ace of Pentacles is here and the 9 is here. Someone needs to go through the fire, through that open portal. But it's not going to be easy because of the swords here. Knight of Swords. We've got Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. It's our thought process that's been holding us back. Possibly also finances. Here is the 1111. Four of Wands can speak to marriage, but also celebration. Someone is celebrating because they've got the gift of the gab here with the Five of Swords. They've got the intelligence as to how to win over a situation. We've got lots of swords, so it's got a lot to do with communication, perception, and seeing the truth, not being in that illusion. That's how we will feel worthy. That's how we will be valued, that we can stand on our own. Remember, this is Virgo energy. And the Nine of Pentacles is very similar to the Empress. Six of Pentacles, we see the scales, they're balanced. This is what we've invested ourselves in, or what we've put the work in for. It's like, even though maybe we were not, maybe we were giving and not receiving is what I want to say. Because someone's been invested in another situation and that's why we were off kilter. You see, this person feels like the martyr. This person is giving only to this side. So there's been a lack of reciprocity. There's been an imbalance. There's been, I don't know, this is like karmic justice for me. That maybe now there's remember, a changing of the guards, where this person will start to now focus on this side. If this is not a person, then this is possibly fate and destiny right now. So yeah, there's a bit of a waiting period, surely. Again, a card, Seven of Pentacles. Someone needed to, this is the warrior that needed their time out, and that's Mars in Cancer. So they've been looking at where they've been investing, and it's like they're going back now, because we go from the Seven of Pentacles to the Six, you see. Revisiting a situation, that is a certainty. Let's look at the emotions. Let's look at the psyche just quickly. This reading is getting quite long. Of course, it's important times, and that's why I need to give you the understanding of energetically where we are, and that doesn't happen in 20 minutes, in 20-minute readings. So let's see. Mask, Pisces energy, ascending. There are things that we don't know that are going to come through. What is it that we don't know? That the masks are going to come off, that Pisces, the ending of the Pisces season, is going to give us the understanding of, what is being released, what we're releasing, what it's like, what spirit is pointing us towards, because we're going through an ascension process. There is the realization, there is the understanding that we will have that bird's eye view, the ability. This is Uranus, right? We will have the understanding that there's change, there's a transition. It can have to do with a divine masculine or our masculine side, that there have been lots of fears, a fear of speaking truth. Someone's been dealing with those low vibrational energies. Maybe also having been the martyr in a particular situation, if this is the person that you're thinking of. The answer is yes. Through fire we create. And the unawakened, it's the unawakened card, but I feel that I feel that it's the opposite, that this card would have been in the reverse, because it can be a very rude awakening that someone is going through. The fire can also be destruction, because fire can destroy, and that's where the awakening comes through. The fire can also speak that, to that strong desire. It's the fire energy, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we do see a fair bit. We do see a fair bit of fire here. Okay, 5 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Yep. Let's see what's at the bottom. Third party. Dark night of the soul, divine feminine, contemplation. It feels like there has been a connection here, a more ethereal, telepathic connection, which has ended up putting someone through that dark night of the soul, and that's because of third parties, of course, as well. Someone that was very free-spirited, someone that was very detached. Aquarius comes through very strongly again. We see Aquarius, Pisces. So, the masculine, the yang energy here is trying to make sense of the chaos. The feminine, the yin energy is already understand what's going on. So what is it with these third parties? Let's see what the message from Spirit has for us today. What is the advice, please, Spirit, other than release? Release the toxicity. Release those third parties that are taking space up, that are bringing in imbalances. What is the advice? Not for you. Number 6. 6, as we know, are balance, numbers of balance in the tarot, but 6 is also the Lovers, which head over heart. Remember, Mercury is the head, is the mind, and Venus is the heart. So the heart and the mind will be trying to find their balance. We're trying to find the logic where love is concerned. Sometimes there's chaos. We don't know what to listen to. Let's read the Not For You. The essential meaning is a clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. The Oracle's message says, there are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It's as if you don't really get to be in the game and you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now, that indeed your dreams for that exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart, for there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what is for your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. Where relationships are concerned, some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it happen. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. And where prosperity is concerned, my friends, you can strategize and project and systemize and invest all your time and energy, but sometimes your best laid plans seem to go awry in spite of it all. Keep in mind that no effort is wasted. Fail fast and learn from defeat. Then keep going. You will eventually succeed, although perhaps not at this game, not at this time. Know when to fold your cards. So, obviously remember that this is a message coming through from Spirit. It will not resonate for all of you because this is a general reading. Not for you could be a past relationship, could be a past connection, could be someone that you've got your eye on and maybe they're not the right person for you. That's why I'm going to go back to my message at the beginning where I was telling us all that we need to release it and give it, release it to Spirit and see what happens. But we need to hold on to optimism, okay, and obviously release your ex. There is separation, there's codependency here, so we've been in cycles that we've needed to receive a particular lesson. Now it's all about, releasing, sacrificing, letting go. You will see the attraction, you will see the fire that will come through. It will be like a burning sensation within you. And if it's not only, if it's only you and, your attraction, your desires are not finding the reciprocity from the other side, from the other person, maybe they're not for you. So look at what's going on now around eclipses. It is very important time. It's very fated. So trust in that. Trust that Spirit will guide you. Okay. I'm going to take 2 cards on the unawakened here. It's sort of eating away at me and we'll end this reading. Patience. Patience, yes. Patience, of course, means time. The Empress, which was the general energy, is about patience as well, and patience does speak to Earth. and fall. Something has been happening since the fall season, which is September, October last year, or even up to Christmas. I get Capricorn energies here. So fall and winter, there's something that's been going on. The awakening of your person, they still need a little bit of time. They're asking that you be patient. Crossroads, yes, it's all about choices. And there's that Two of Pentacles, which we've got here, right? If someone has not been able to make a choice, then they will find themselves in a bit of hot water here, because the energies are going to start to shift. This is the new journey that's opening up. So it's like, get out of the way. This new journey is beginning. The opportunities are here with the crossroads. This is an open path, right? Just like the portal openings, like the 1111 card here, as we find our way to that bliss and that happiness, the celebration, the party, the home, the house, which is where we will find our happiness, our abundance. We will feel like we're in heaven, right? All right, my dear friends, I will leave it there. I hope that this helped. Just a message to our patrons. Dear patrons, I tried to do the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse on the 29th of March, which is the new moon. I tried to do it a few days ago. I did. I completed it, and I didn't get to edit it because of the chaos of Pisces. It was almost a 2-hour analysis on the eclipse, that second eclipse on the 29th of March. And I was very hazy, the Piscean energy, the confusion, and I did not get to edit it, so I will be working on that today. So look out for that analysis, that new moon analysis that I will be uploading for you today, God willing. I will leave it there. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, dear friends. It does help. We are going through a release and a purging. Don't fight that. Go with it. Go with the flow. All right, my dear friends. I will be back tomorrow with the twin flame soulmate or karmic love relationship reading. So make sure you're connecting with us. We will be premiering it. Thank you for your love always. And I just wanted to also let you know that it's good to unsubscribe and subscribe again. Hit that notification bell. Many of you are not being notified, so maybe do that, because you're not being notified. That's why these videos are not being seen. The algorithm is not working for us. So maybe let's get it jump started again, because as you can see, a lot of effort goes into these readings. It's not worth very few people seeing them. So I don't know what's going to happen if the algorithm doesn't change. I'm going to have to make huge changes. So love and light, everyone. Sending you our love. And I will see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Namaste.